The more I study nature, the more I stand amazed at the work of the Creator. Science brings men nearer to God. Science knows no country, because knowledge belongs to humanity, and is the torch which illuminates the world. Little science takes you away from God, but more of it takes you to Him. Let me tell you the secret that has led me to my goal. My strength lies solely in my tenacity. Chance favors the prepared mind. To know how to wonder and question is the first step of the mind toward discovery. Oh my goodness, the mystery that has prompted my objective. My quality lies exclusively in my tirelessness. It is not the germs we need worry about. It is our inner terrain. Question your priorities often. Make sure God always comes first. The role of the infinitely small in nature is infinitely great. A bottle of wine contains more philosophy than all the books in the world. One does not ask of one who suffers, "What is your country and what is your religion?" One merely says, "You suffer, that is enough for me." The greatest derangement of the mind is to believe in something because one wishes it to be so. Inspiration is the impact of a fact on a well-prepared mind. Posterity will one day laugh at the sublime foolishness of the modern materialistic philosophy. The more I study nature, the more I stand amazed at the work of the Creator. I pray while I am engaged at my work in the laboratory. Luck favors the mind that is prepared. You bring me the deepest joy that can be felt by a man whose invincible belief is that science and peace will triumph over ignorance and war, that nations will unite, not to destroy, but to build, and that the future will belong to those who will have done most for suffering humanity. When I approach a child, he inspires in me two sentiments: tenderness for what he is, and respect for what he may become. Life comes only from life. The grandeur of the acts of men are measured by the inspiration from which they spring. Happy is he who bears a God within. Change only favors minds that are diligently looking and preparing for discovery. Science knows no country, because knowledge belongs to humanity, and is the torch which illuminates the world. Science is the highest personification of the nation, because that nation will remain the first which carries the furthest the works of thought and intelligence. There is a time in every man's life when he looks to his God, when he looks at his life, when he wonders how he will be remembered. It is surmounting difficulties that makes heroes. Bernard was right. The germ is nothing, the terrain is everything. Live in the serene peace of laboratories and libraries. Do not put forward anything that you cannot prove by experimentation. Will opens the door to success, both brilliant and happy. It would seem to me that I was committing a theft if I were to let one day go by without doing some work. Blessed is he who carries within himself a God, an ideal, and who obeys it, ideal of art, ideal of science, ideal of the gospel virtues. Therein lie the springs of great thoughts and great actions, they all reflect light from the infinite. Without theory, practice is but routine born of habit. Theory alone can bring forth and develop the spirit of inventions. Intuition is given only to him who has undergone long preparation to receive it. The only thing that can bring joy is work. Blessed is he who carries within himself a God, an ideal, and obeys it. The Greeks bequeath to us one of the most beautiful words in our language, the word enthusiasm, antheos, God within. The grandeur of human actions is measured by the inspiration from which they spring. Happy is he who bears a God within, and who obeys it. Where are the real sources of human dignity, freedom and modern democracy, if not in the concept of infinity to which all men are equal? If it is a terrifying thought that life is at the mercy of the multiplication of these minute bodies, microbes, it is a consoling hope that science will not always remain powerless before such enemies. My strength lies solely in my tenacity. When one works and imagines and dreams of nothing else than the search for answers that God has posed, it is difficult to be so still. Whether our efforts are, or not, favored by life, let us be able to say, when we come near to the great goal, I have done what I could. These three things work, Will success fill human existences? Will opens the door to success, both brilliant and happy. Work passes these doors, and at the end of the journey success comes in to crown one's efforts. Science and peace will triumph over ignorance and war. The universe is asymmetric. Science advances through tentative answers to a series of more and more subtle questions which reach deeper and deeper into the essence of natural phenomena. Chance favors the trained mind. The flavor of wine is like delicate poetry. Whatever your career may be, do not let yourselves become tainted by a deprecating and barren skepticism. Do not let yourself be tainted with a barren skepticism. Science brings men nearer to God. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and like, comment, share.